Hello to all of you nifty nerds, gaming goons, and joystick jockeys out there in Pixel Land. This is Double Shift, the show where seasoned and grizzled game industry vets talk about that old Halloween ghost decoration that went.
I had one.
We all had one. But we can't get to that yet. Before we get to that, we have to talk about video games just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
I'm your host, I'm your host, Mikey. AJ, aka DJ Heft Up on Goofballs, along with my friend, former colleague, and current poser who wears band t-shirts but cannot name a single tune that they have done. Danelle, wow. Say hello, Danelle. Is that true? Do you have any band?
No.
Okay. It's a thing now. A lot of kids wear band t-shirts, and then, boomers and millennials will be like, hey, can you even name a song, bro? And then they can't, and then the boomer or millennial gets all mad, and then, anyways.
It's funny you would say that, actually, because when we were walking to our local little store over here, there's this guy, he, pushes, the ice cream man, but he doesn't speak any English at all, and he's probably, in his mid-60s, and he was wearing a Blink-182 shirt the other day, and I was like, I bet you he doesn't know any songs by them. I don't know. I don't know why he probably just found this shirt. Oh, this looks good.
You should have asked him. You never know. Obviously we worked for Machine Zone, and there was a game called Game of War, and there was a lot of swag out there for these, Game of War and Mobile Strike. And
yeah.
So I had a T-shirt that I got specifically for the Las Vegas recruiting event. Before we opened up the office, we had a recruiting event, and it was fun, and met a lot of people that I still know to this day. But I had this specific shirt for that event, and then at some point, let's say a year later, I had to get rid of a bunch of stuff because we just had too much old stuff in our house. So I donated that. Yes. Yeah. And on the news, and it was a very specific shirt, to the event. On the news, there was some homeless guy being interviewed for something, I forget what, but he had my shirt, for sure my shirt, the exclusive Game of War shirt.
That's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, I bet he couldn't name one character from that game.
I know.
Anyways.
How random.
Yeah, that was a little side tangent. Before I forget, there's producer Jeff. There he is in all his glory. Shrugs and hugs. Check out. Listen, this seems to be working. Every time an episode comes out, I go to our Instagram page, which is, by the way, Double Shift Pod, all one word, and we get new followers. So at least one person is hearing an episode and remembering that it's Double Shift Pod, all one word, and they're going and they're following us on Instagram. So thank you very much.
Ooh, thank you.
So go continue to do that. We're putting up fun AI-generated photos of our pixel self doing things.
I know. I saw the snacks one last time, or yesterday or something. That was pretty cute. That was cool.
Chex Mix.
The Chex Mix, yeah.
Yep. And, of course, us fighting Nickelodeon characters, which I hope we don't get sued for, but I doubt it. So there's that. Emails doubleshiftpod, all one word, @gmail.com. No one ever writes us. And YouTube, Double Shift Pod, spaces between the words. And that's it. That's all my plugs for today. Also, Xbox Game Pass, sponsor us.
Ooh, mine just renewed today.
Yeah, exactly. We need to.
Email.
We need to not only get paid by them, but get free subscription, because we use it.
Yep.
So, anyways, on to today's episode, which is blandly titled, The Blurst of the Blurst.
I like it.
Which, of course, is a reference to the worst of the worst. So we're going to talk about the worst video games of all time, in quotes. It's in quotes. It's not anything that I'm saying or Danelle's saying is the worst. It's what the internet is saying. I think I'd like to stay as neutral as possible, meaning that I'm just going off list and not kind of giving my own opinion on it.
Yeah.
And, well, I will give my opinion on it, but I'm not picking these games. This is nerd rants and videos and lists and the internet. So I don't know.
Darn internet.
We might disagree, Danelle. We might not. But
we'll see.
I don't know. What do you think, Danelle? What makes something the worst or a bad game, in your opinion?
I don't know. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I was gonna say graphics, but not necessarily, because like Minecraft has horrible graphics, and it's still
right,
like a fun game. Boring gameplay.
Right. Yeah. Boring doesn't help. Yeah.
Something that you just can't get into. Something you're like over within like 5 minutes. Nah, that's enough of that.
Yeah. I don't know. Right.
Yeah. Perfect.
Perfect. So my opinion on bad games is that there is no bad game unless it's unplayable. So to me, a game has to be playable to be a game, after all. And if I can't play it, or if I can play it rather, usually I can probably find something that I like about it somewhere in them. Maybe that's just because I've been, obsessed with these darn video games since I was a young lad, or
forever.
Or maybe because I've the hundreds of titles that I've worked on in my QA career, and was always happy to be getting paid to do that. Right?
Yeah.
Even if I did get pulled off Rock Band 2 for the Littlest Pet Shop Wii.
Oh, God.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think I'm going to be sort of a defender of things today a little bit, which is very probably counterintuitive to some opinions I gave in the past. But let's start with the game called Big Rigs Over-the-Road Racing.
I've heard of this.
Okay, yeah. This is on almost every list. And the Metacritic score is 8 out of 100.
Oh my God, that doesn't seem bad.
No, 8 out of 100.
Wow, how'd they even give it an 8? That's super random then. That's...
Yeah, so it's, from what I can tell, I haven't played it. From what I can tell, it's I do too. It's extremely broken. It's really buggy, and it actually seems, I would say, unplayable. Which to me, I don't think it should be on the list. It shouldn't have been released, probably.
I was going to say, should they even released it? Jeez.
I think not. Maybe if it were playable, it could be kind of fun. You're a big rig and you're driving big rigs.
You pick stuff up, or you just drive around in a big rig?
I think it's just like racing. There was an arcade game that was like a big rig racing game that was fun. I don't remember the name of it, but. And also, it gets put on these lists because when you get first place, the screen says "Your winner," as in you are winner, which still isn't correct. But
bad grammar.
It's using a contraction. But you know what? I don't like to bag on bad localization. I like bad translation and localization. I think we're lucky to have that because there was all your base R belonged to us.
That's true.
Which is very joyful. That's a classic one. And then of course there's pro wrestling, which says a winner it's you, or something like that.
That's it.
I love a winner it's you. So.
Winner it's you.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, it sounds like this game was probably like in development for so long, and then they just couldn't either get it done in time, or like, let's just release it.
Yeah. Either that or the opposite of like, let's just work on it for a day or two and then
put something together.
And then get it out. Yeah. So yeah, no, a lot of people don't like it. But it's very, like I said, it's buggy. You clip through everything or you fall through the world, which to me as a QA tester, that's sort of a dream. I assume you've found bugs like that in your career, right? Where you fall through the world.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. If you have a bug count, those are the best ones. It's like, no engineers don't like seeing those bugs, but you gotta bug them. So,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, no one likes bug counts, but if you have them, fall through the world, it's great. Or like hair clipping through shoulders was always a good one. I always liked that one.
Oh, yeah.
They never fixed it, but
no. Because those are easy bugs. But man, I used to hate that when the testers used to bug stuff like that when we're in the middle of like trying to find like good stuff. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't care about this right now.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, most people don't. But yeah, anyway, so back to my rant defending things. There's a nitpicking and complaining culture that we live in, right?
Yeah.
And like I said, I've said things on this very show that probably have been a critique or slamming things a lot of times just to try to make Jeff and Danelle laugh, honestly. And the one or two fans that we have, Alberto and Brandon, and oh no, Watson, we have three. And I have criticized mobile gaming a bit, but I probably still will. I'm a hypocrite. So I say that because I'm not going to count mobile games on this list because I don't know. I just think like they're a different beast than like PC and console games. They serve a different purpose. Or if you're a dolphin,
I was just going to say porpoise.
They serve a different purpose.
Oh my god.
And I think you can tell when developers don't put in the effort. So if it's shovelware, money grab, or like some drama behind the scenes that make people say fork it and release an unfinished product, those games can be hard to defend too. And like Danelle said, there could be boring games, but a game that I might find boring, Jeff might love, and because Jeff is boring. But listen, Jeff might be boring, but he isn't bad. You know what I mean? So that's my logic there. Sorry, Jeff. One more disclaimer before we move on. I came across a lot of unlicensed early access Steam games, which are games that are still in development, and then like super old school like Atari that made these lists. And I don't really want to talk about those either. The first two are obvious. It's like the money grabs, they don't care, and then things that are still in development, obviously you can't really judge until they're finished.
Yeah.
Atari, it's old, and I get why people would put some of those games on the list, but it doesn't count. People who grew up with it remember it fondly. Most people who put these things on the list didn't grow up with them, and I don't like that. They don't know what do they know about this life?
What do they know? Yeah.
We already talked about E.T. in a past episode, anyway.
Oh yeah.
That just wasn't fair. The guy didn't have enough time. It was one guy too.
Oh man, that's awful.
So yeah, I love video games. I'm gonna defend them, even if I don't like it. It doesn't mean that it's bad because again, Jeff might like it and he's boring. Sorry, Jeff. And
you poor Jeff. I like you, Jeff.
No, I like Jeff too. I like Jeff too. It doesn't mean he's not boring. Even the dog is barking at Jeff. So. She's saying, "Yeah, he's boring. Get out of here."
Back door. I don't know. She must hear a cat back there, I think.
Right. Yeah, we're here for the good, the bad, the ugly, and even sometimes the broken, which leads me to my next game. Let's see if you know this one, Danelle. Destroy All Humans, Path of the Theron. I
definitely know the name Destroy All Humans.
Right. It's because you're an alien and you're here to destroy us all.
Oh my gosh, and probe you.
Well, we'll get ready. Metacritic score 34 out of 100.
Getting a little bit better, or a lot better than 8.
A lot better than 8, yeah. 8 is not great, and that rhymes.
No.
I love the Destroy All Humans franchise. It's basically GTA, but you're an alien, and you can fly in a spaceship and destroy things. You can throw cows around, and I love cows. And
even the cows, just like in Mario Kart. I don't.
Yeah, I love cows. Yeah, it also has a probe gun. Do you know what the probe gun does, Danelle?
Probes people.
Yeah, it does. You shoot someone, and it goes into their posterior, and they comically run away, grabbing their posterior in the process.
Really? No way.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing.
That's awesome. I want to see this.
And then eventually it kills them, which is sad. That's a terrible way to die. They run away comically, holding their butt, and then they like keel over and die.
What the heck? How weird. I don't know.
Yeah, it's got a lot of humor. It's a very funny game. It's cheesy. It's kind of like a B-movie sci-fi
then I wouldn't like it.
Vibe. Good voice acting, good jokes. Love. That's 5 loves. I give it 5 loves out of love. So anyways, I've played every game in the series, including the infamous Xbox 360 one that we're talking about right now. And I knew that it was getting terrible reviews, and I still wanted to play it. My oldest sister actually got it for me for a Christmas gift.
Oh, really?
She even sprung and got the special edition that came with the bobblehead of the main character, Crypto.
Oh, gosh.
I think I have it. I didn't look for it. I should have. That's okay.
Duh.
One of these days we'll find our props and use them.
I know. We'll do this right.
I do have a prop later on, actually. Um,
Hmm.
Jeff, you put those eyebrows down. Nothing scandalous. Anyways, the graphics, the reviews said that the graphics weren't good enough for the new generation, and there were a ton of bugs. So, two things: I don't care about graphics. As Danelle says, Minecraft has terrible graphics. I disagree, but that doesn't seem to sway people. It looked like a PS2 game for the next generation, which I'm fine with. And bugs, I don't care about bugs. That was early on in my career, so my job was finding bugs, so I didn't care.
Yes.
And I thought most of them were funny. It's, NPC would be stuck in a cutscene where they shouldn't be, or characters are facing the wrong way when they're talking to each other, and most of the bugs were like that, kind of like in cutscenes, and it didn't really affect the gameplay at all. And I just kind of found it funny. Like, it was, I don't know, it didn't bother me one bit. There were a lot of crashes, and that kind of sucks, especially if you lose progress. But yeah, I had fun with the game. And from what I can tell, actually, years later, people really do like it. But yeah, this is a case of development issues to the point where they actually canceled the PS3 version.
Oh, ouch!
At least for the U.S. But yeah, I worked on a Bonk game. Do you remember Bonk? Do you know?
Oh, that sounds familiar. Yeah.
The little bald caveman dude.
Oh yes.
I worked on a Bonk game for an entire year and a half that never came out. It was riddled with bugs, which, as the only in-house QA tester on the project, kept me gainfully employed.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, that was kind of a development nightmare where a lot of people disagreeing in the background, blah, blah, blah. I think somewhere on the internet there's a video about that game. So I think, I'm biased again because I've been on that side. I've seen behind the curtain. Making games is hard. Too many cooks in the kitchen. Unrealistic deadlines, expectations, and attrition can all contribute to games not coming out, or not coming out the way that they wanted. So yeah, the game was playable, and that's, to me, all that matters. But Danelle, did you work on any games that never came out? Or came out and was just a bloody, buggy mess that got bad reviews?
Well, yeah, working at MZ, the game that I got hired for.
That's true. That is true. Yeah. I forgot about that. Doesn't count. It doesn't count. It's a mobile game.
Oh God, how dare you! And other than that, I don't think so. I think all the games that I worked on. Yeah, I don't remember off the top of my head. I can't remember any. I think they were all mobile games that eventually never came out. I don't think I worked on any console games.
Yeah, I mean, technically, I worked on, from MZ, a lot of games that didn't actually come out. Some that we barely scratched the surface or were just ideas, and some that got into development and then they canned for one reason or another. I think that does happen a lot with mobile games because they're able to move a lot faster. And
I think, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been in mobile though for 15 years or something, so it's been a long time since I worked on a console game. Anyways.
Me too. So, I miss it. Well,
I do not.
Oh, I like working on console games. I like this motion while I'm working. Make sure you capture this, Jeff. This is good. This is good for Instagram. This is me working back in the day.
That should be our main photo for this one. Yeah.
Sorry. The next game I'm gonna go on to is one that is considered difficult and gets bad reviews for that. So back in the day, games were more difficult. Back in the game,
they absolutely were.
Yeah, NES games were like the hardest, and of course I say that, and then Dark Souls come along. Really quick, did you work on Dark Souls, Danelle, at Namco?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
That's too bad. So the game I'm going to move on to, which doesn't have a Metacritic score because it's old, is Friday the 13th for the NES.
I've been playing that on Steam, the newer version. It's fun.
Oh, that's like the multiplayer one, right?
Yeah, you can choose to be Jason, or you can be one of the camp people. And we were all playing it for a while, a couple months ago. But I didn't know there was an older version.
Yeah, there's an NES one, and
Oh.
it's a lot. Obviously, it's a lot different than the one you're playing. And people don't like this game because they don't know what to do, basically.
Uh,
And people don't like to not know what to do. And
no.
listen, figure it out, right?
Yeah.
Trial and error. Back in the day, we had to write stuff down by failing a lot, or talking to kids on the playground and remembering what they say about what they learned, or photocopying guides from the library. That was
I
a
know. I
thing.
could buy those guides. I had a lot of those.
Yeah, that was just what you had to do.
Hmm.
So that's people's main gripe with this game, and
I can see that.
I get it. It's frustrating and confusing, but that everyone who reviews this game, which again, all of them seem to be not alive when the game came out, so just pointing that out. Most of them, anyways, that I saw. But they
can't
say,
do it then.
yeah, they don't have their opinion doesn't count. But they do
Yeah.
say once you do figure out what to do, it's actually really good. So imagine that you
I
work for
see.
something, and once you figure it out, you aren't mad anymore. Kids these
Oh,
days.
wow. I know. Who would have
Imagine
thunk?
that.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyways,
Hmm.
that's me just defending these quote unquote bad games because I'm tired of people tearing apart the hard work that goes into making video games. Like,
Oh.
the pressure, the deadlines, the long hours, the disagreements, the list goes on and on. So take Superman 64 for example. No Metacritic score, but this game. I think this game sucks. I don't know if I'll be able to defend this one, actually. This one is on every single list.
Okay.
And so the game, in its final form, kind of just seemed like a tech demo for something that could have been cooler.
Okay.
N64 is kind of a rough one nowadays. I remember it fondly, and I still have one. It's right over there. No one can see it, but I was
Aw.
actually playing it the other day, and it's a little rough. Definitely a time and a place. The games are great, but the graphics are not that great, and the technology.
Yeah, but that was always Nintendo, though. They never had great graphics. I wouldn't say that necessarily, but I mean,
No, you're
I
right.
don't know.
They're always
I
like,
never realized, because I was a Nintendo fangirl, and then the first time I ever played a Sony game, I was like, wait, what the hell? It's like night and day difference. I could see why, if you grew up with Sony, you would not want to play on Nintendo.
yeah.
I don't know, that's just my opinion.
No, you're right. They're always kind of like one step
They were
behind.
480p for like forever, I feel like. My gosh, like it was insane.
Yeah, they rely on actually making good games.
Yeah, I know that's the thing. They were fun, but
Yeah.
well, what's the game? I'm curious.
Oh no, it's referred to as Superman 64.
Superman.
The box art doesn't have a title actually, so people just call it Superman 64.
Oh, what the hell?
And so yeah, you in the game you fly through rings, and then you do something else, and then you fly through rings again.
Do you lose your legs?
I don't know if you lose your legs. No. Oh, that's the movie Kids. Kid 64. I have no legs.
Oh.
Yeah, Kid 64 was great. Didn't exist, but it was great. Anyways, Superman could have been okay. The controls were busted, and it had a time limit that you just couldn't beat. And even the demo of the game, like when you leave a game idle and it will like show the gameplay. Even the demo in the game would like show Superman just failing or like flying into walls. Even the demo was buggy.
Oh my gosh.
So don't play it, right? Well, the problem is how hyped this game was and how well it sold. So it was really overhyped at like game shows like E3 and Tokyo Game Show, and even then it appeared mostly as a tech demo, and a lot of media outlets were skeptical, and most people in the media outlets were also stoked at the same time. Like, oh, I don't know, this is a tech demo, but this is going to be really cool in the end. And everyone was predicting this was going to be a huge win for the N64, even though it wasn't ready. And so the hype train continued and continued. And the dev company,
Superman.
Yeah, everyone loves Superman. I think he's alright.
Yeah.
Kind of a square.
They're just so well known, though. I mean, everyone would be like, "What?" I mean,
right? Yeah.
You would think they would do it right. I mean,
you would hope. You would hope.
Yeah, you would hope.
They made a bunch of merch, like hype merch, before the game came out, and they sent it to a bunch of people, and stuff like that. I think is the problem. People love swag. so
Yeah,
much.
I do.
I was gonna ask if you like swag.
I do, but then you just accumulate so much, and then it's like, what do I like? I still have so many T-shirts too of stuff that I'm like, I don't even want this stuff anymore. I don't need it. I don't. Ugh.
Yeah, I remember working at like GDC when I was at OnLive, and people like trampling each other to get swag.
Oh, absolutely. You would hear about one tent or one booth or whatever that had really cool. Everyone would go over there and get that swag.
Yeah,
Collect all that they could. I mean, oh my goodness.
all sorts of crap, and then eventually it ends up at Goodwill, and then you see a homeless man on TV being interviewed, and it's like, hey,
know,
that's my
that's
shirt.
so awesome.
I should have signed it. Me being the
Oh.
QA celebrity that I was.
I just donated like 6 bags of stuff too. I should have. I don't know if I donated anything like that, but now that you're thinking about it, I should have signed something too, just in case I see somebody wearing it one day.
One day you might see someone wearing a hashtag "Don't Fuck Up" T-shirt, and you'll know where.
I never got one of those. I didn't work there.
Oh,
then.
okay, yeah. My kids used to wear that.
I always wanted one, but I just never worked there in time.
Oh.
Or I didn't work there in time. That was bad grammar. Okay, Jarrell.
What's it called? It sounds good to me. So yeah, Superman 64 came out and it sold tremendously and really fast. In fact,
it did though. Okay,
like,
so it sold, but okay.
It was like the 3rd best-selling N64 game at that point.
Yeah.
And the company said that people loved it, and boy, did people not. It did not love it. It got horrid reviews from everyone. The game was broken. Almost every single list or video I came across for the worst video games of all time had this game on it.
Yeah. Well, now I got to see it. I got to look into it myself.
Yeah, you should watch the video. But since I'm defending a lot of these games today, I have to say nothing. I've never played this game. I probably never will. So there you go.
Ew! Oh my gosh! Look at this. This is so blocky. This looks like
you blockhead.
Not Tekken. What's the older even?
Like Virtua Fighter.
Yeah, like exactly. Oh my gosh.
Hey, you leave Virtua Fighter out of this. All right. Before we get to Danelle's favorite segment, I just want to say another thing that made a lot of these lists were games that have really long loading screens.
That could be a terrible one too. Gosh, I don't know what game it was. Maybe it was GTA. Something. Every time you back out, you'd have to sit there for like 2-3 minutes, and just every time. Oh gosh.
Oh yeah. So PS1 is where the most games on these lists are from that era. PS1.
All right. Yeah.
But listen, again, I'm defending things. To me, that doesn't count. So it was really annoying when you got a PS1 and you were like loading. Yeah, every time you changed screens or whatever it was unsufferably long at times. But it was new. So we all kind of accepted it. Games on disc were new, and the trade-off was things looked and sounded better, but they had to load. But listen, these kids never heard of a smoke break before, Dark Green American Spirit, right?
Oh my gosh.
That's my defense of loading screens, so get over
There's a thing here on Reddit, 100 million, or actually someone put the commas wrong, but $100 million to beat Superman 64 in 1 year.
Oh wow, 1 years.
I know, and then people are going on, and then someone was like, I think it's literally impossible to beat this game.
It might be, yeah, which isn't fair.
Like, I don't know if this game can be completed. I don't even think it has an end, and everyone's just going on and on.
Yeah, that might be the worst one. It might be the worst one of all time, honestly. I didn't do like a stack ranking. We need Sam for that, but yeah, that one I can't defend. That one sucks.
That's
sorry, Superman 64. I tried.
Yeah.
Jeff, give me a beat.
Snacks.
Oh.
Snacks. Snacks.
You'd have to snack with me.
I haven't eaten anything so far today, so this is going to be hard.
I don't until lunchtime, so it's not new for me.
Right. Yeah, I was hoping when I said give me a beat, I know I could have done it better, but I would get like a Janet Jackson remix of the Snacks song,
Oh. I was going to say go Bayside. Beat.
Oh, nice. That was the first song reference we've had so far today. That's like
I know.
A world
and it
record.
dated me too.
Right. All right. for those of you who don't know, Snacks, which is spelled with an X, is where we pair dope snacks with dope games, and just like you would pair fine wine with fancy food, we are doing that with the aforementioned.
You're gonna make me
things.
hungry already. I don't even want to hear the snacks.
I might not. Since today is the Blurst of all time episode.
Oh no!
I'm gonna
The
pick
worst snack?
Well, no, not to me, but it's controversial. It's polarizing, and many people love it, and many people hate it. I love it. So that would be, let's see what your reaction is, Danelle. Specifically, the brand Calbee shrimp chips, or shrimp fries, as some people call it.
Oh, those.
No? Are you a fan? Are you not? Have you never tried them?
Yeah,
Not
I
a
tried
fan.
them for sure. They were popular when I was a kid.
Yeah, they're still popular.
Just like
so-
the shrimp fry, or like the fries. I mean,
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, those.
there's like I think they're shrimp flavored, and then there's like the not shrimp flavored.
Right. Yeah, but I'm talking about the shrimp.
But yeah, no, I don't like the shrimp ones.
So I love them, but a lot of people I know don't. For example, my wife and kids really don't like them. In fact, they actually won't let me eat them if they're in the same room.
Yes, I was just gonna say, because they're horrible. The smell, your breath. I mean, ugh.
They stink. They stank. Actually, not only do they stink, they actually stink. But I get it. So, but I just think they're good. They're salty, they're shrimpy, they're addicting, and they're great with beer. So I mean, anything that's great with beer is fine by me.
Yeah.
Stink and stank aren't enough for something to be considered bad, though. Let's
Put some stank on it.
yeah, exactly. That's what they say when they're getting ready to ship the chips out. They're like, oh, hold on, put some stank on it. I know.
Makes sense though.
Let's take a look at the nutrition facts really quick. And
Oh
of course,
no!
Facts are spelled with an
Imagine
X.
it's too bad. Probably lots of sodium. I'm gonna say.
Yeah, do you know? Well, it's relative, and we'll take a look at the ingredients too. So, for 45 pieces, which is pretty good actually.
Whoa, that is a lot. Well, how big are these pieces though?
It's like the fry.
I
It's like
can't remember. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay.
140 calories. Not bad for that. 6 grams of fat, not terrible. Saturated fat, 2.5. That's not great. No cholesterol. Sodium, 230 milligrams. Not terrible.
Okay.
It could be worse.
Well, yeah.
19 grams of carbs. 1 gram of fiber, Danelle.
Oh yeah, I start getting that nutrition in there.
1 gram of sugar, which is...
Oh, that's not bad.
And then 2 grams of protein, which is nothing.
Okay.
This is where we'll lose Danelle on it. Wheat flour, palm oil.
Oh no, we can't have that palm oil.
Shrimp, starch from corn and tapioca, sugar, salt, MSG, which is not bad. It gets a bad name, but it's not bad.
Oh, my boyfriend is such a fan of MSG. We have a bag of it. He uses it all the time.
It's not bad. It was propaganda back in the day, and
I know. I was watching a cooking show with Meghan Markle. She has like a cooking show on Netflix.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And she had one of the a chef on there, and I forgot his name. And he was talking about how it was like just a racist thing used back in the day against Chinese people and Chinese food, and how it's not really bad for you. And he was going on and on about it. And I was like, I didn't really know that extent of it, but I keep hearing that too. It's not that bad.
It's really not. Yeah, it's salt basically, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, the ingredients besides the palm oil, it's okay. No nutritional value, but listen, most chips are bad. And as far as nutrition and ingredients go, I think that's it. These strip chips are better than a lot of the stuff that's out there. So, especially the nutrition part. And also for me, like I'm old now. I maybe have them once a year, if that. Usually alone, because again, my family doesn't let me eat them around them. So that's sad.
No, I agree.
Yeah, no, they're like, dude, you cannot eat. You got to go. They also make other flavors like garlic and wasabi shrimp chips, and I think those flavors add like more salt. But who cares? Anyways, so yeah. See, you're not a fan of this today, but again, it is the Blurst episode, so I had to pick something that probably.
I'm trying to think of what my worst snack is.
A snack that you like that other people don't. I think that's the good.
Yeah. I should have thought about this more.
Well,
or beforehand.
I bet anything. I bet my whole savings that you tried to think, and
And
then
nothing happened.
nothing happened. Yeah, I bet that's what happened. Well, why don't you think about it, and I'll get to the game.
Yep.
So
What
this
game are we playing with shrimps? A fishing game?
no, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, I had to pick a game that I also saw on a lot of bad lists.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And look, I even have a prop now. Look at how beautiful the.
Wow.
Heart-
Why is that 31 on it?
I have no idea. It has an address on the back too. This is Urban Champion for the NES. All right, and this
Okay.
gets. I don't know if it's going to show up backwards on the screen or not.
No,
anyways,
it didn't.
Okay, good. So Urban Champion, game that not a lot of people remember fondly. I do. It's one of my earliest memories of gaming from the NES days.
I don't know it.
We actually owned it. This is not my original copy that I showed.
Oh.
I got this from the Las Vegas retro game store actually. When we were there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so this one's special to me because my mom played this game with me, and she never played games. She got a kick out of it for some reason, and she still like talks about it to this day.
Oh, that's funny.
And so Urban Champion is
What
it's two homeless people fighting and punching each other into manholes.
So like bum fights,
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
except not the manholes.
A quick disclaimer: I'm not sure if they're actually homeless. I just assume they are.
Stupid.
There's no setup or story. It's just two dudes that kind of look the same, except one guy has blue hair, one guy has green hair. And I like to when I'm not given any story or setup, I like to assume things and make things up. So I don't know. They're like in sweats, and they're punching each other in the street, and they fall into manholes, and they seem to be fine with it. Every once in a while,
manholes. Yeah, because there's just open manholes everywhere.
And so you better be careful. You better not punch someone because they might roll into a manhole.
God.
So every once in a while, someone will throw a flower pot from the building above, and you have to dodge it.
Gosh.
If you don't dodge it, it stuns them, and there's a flower on their head. Every once in a while, the cops will roll by, and this makes
that
the
one I can see.
Yeah, and so when that happens, the characters whistle and act like they're not doing anything.
Oh my gosh, like that all inconspicuous. Nothing going on here.
Yeah, nothing to see here, and what that does is it resets them back to the start of because they're on opposite sides, right? And so they have to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And that's all the game is. Each stage has 3 streets.
Oh yeah.
The third stage having the manhole. When you beat a stage, a bunch of confetti rains down, and you dance.
Of course, that's the 80s.
Yeah. And this goes on forever until you lose. You can block, you can punch high, you can punch low. It's slow, it's clunky, it lacks depth, and for the most part, it kind of gets old pretty quickly. But not for me. And it's not even a situation where I love this as a kid, and then when I get older, I'm like, oh yeah, I liked it as a kid. I don't like it anymore. I still love it, and I think it's because my mommy played it with me, and she never played games.
Cute.
And, it's
My mommy and me.
Yeah, I would sing that every time she would play with me. But it's also because it's an early memory, and I love the box art, which was the classic NES black background box art.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
That just gets me every time, no matter what the game is. And so if you read about this on the internet, people hate it. If you grew up with it and you hate it, fair enough. But again, if you were a kid and you weren't around when it came out and you're giving it a bad review nowadays, your opinion does not count.
Nope. 100% agree with that.
So take that. Did you think of a snack that you like but no one else likes?
I know the snack that smiles back is goldfish.
Everyone likes goldfish.
It's not necessarily a snack, but I've mentioned it before that I like dipping my barbecue chips in strawberry yogurt.
Oh yeah, that is weird.
But it's not necessarily like a snack you can buy in a.
Well, you never know. They might be selling that. I would think actually snack companies are big fans of our show and listen just for the snack segment. And someone out there is making strawberry yogurt coated barbecue chips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good. I want one.
God, do I want to try that? Can I try that? I bet I can try that. I think I have. Well, I don't know about strawberry. Does berry Oikos 000 yogurt count?
Oh, we have that too. Funny.
From Costco. Shout out
No.
Costco. Oh, okay.
Got it from Target.
Target. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Target and Costco sponsor us.
Yes, those are the two places I go to the most.
Yeah, so sponsor us. Danelle, before we go to Rapid Fire and
Rapido Figaro.
Rapido Fire, and all I'm going to do is say games are considered that are bad that I actually like. But do you have any games that you like that other people think are terrible? Or are you just perfect and you only like things that everyone likes, like strawberry yogurt?
No, I know. No, I actually don't like things that everyone likes. Like, kind of on purpose. If people are like raving about something, then I tend to be like, don't like it just because everyone likes it so much. I'm like one of those, I guess. But I don't know, because I don't know. I'm trying to think if there's any game that people.
There goes that thinking. There goes that attempt to think.
I am thinking though, but I mean, there's games that I don't. Did you ever play Uniracers?
I vaguely remember that. Was that Super Nintendo?
Yeah, my best friend, she had that game, and we used to play it all the time, and she used to kick my ass at it. I could never beat her on that thing. But I don't know if it's a game people hate. It was hard.
I bet Jeff hates it. Yeah, so there you go. That counts. Jeff hates it, but he doesn't like anything. He likes FIFA.
Oh, I thought you were going to say feet.
Listen. That's a different podcast. No, that's the Double Shift After Dark podcast.
Double Shift After Dark. Oh my gosh, let's do it.
Oh man, yeah. Jeff will actually talk in that. Oh shit, Alberto's here. We better clean this up.
We're just feet.
Yeah, we'll just talk about feet.
No, I don't like feet at all.
Yeah, you don't like ranch.
No, pizza.
Oh. All right. Well, let's get to Rapido Fire. Yeah, you know racers. I remember that. Anything that dings a core memory in my head gives me some dopamine, and that's good. So.
Ooh, big word for the day.
Yeah, that is the word for the day. Dopamine.
We need to have a word of the day each segment.
I sell dopamine, but don't call me dopamine boy. Yeah. All right, Rapido Fire. That was a bad attempt at an Ice Cube reference, and I think I fucked up the first line. And yeah.
I didn't even know what that was from.
Yeah, that would be anyways, don't call Ice Cube Doughboy. That's all I'm saying. So these are games that are considered terrible that I like something about them, and this is the do something about it edition, meaning like
do something about it.
Meaning like people don't like it, and I find something that I like about it. So yeah, do something about it. So the first one is, I don't know if you're familiar with the Philips CDI at all, Danelle. It was like I wouldn't say that it was a console, but it was something that came out in the early 90s, kind of like a Laserdisc type thing.
No, I don't think so.
It was an interactive media system.
That sounds fun.
They did make games, and Nintendo actually partnered with them, or let them make a couple Mario and Zelda games. And they are... Actually, I highly recommend you watch Philips CDI Nintendo games videos, because they're hilarious. And they're not great games. And again, Nintendo Nintendo didn't make them, they just said go ahead. I think they're hilarious, so I think people can get over it. So the cutscenes are what people really hate on, because they had, like, for the time, actually kind of, like, cutscenes that worked. Like, in those years, like, games didn't have cutscenes like that, so they were, like, kind of cartoony.
Look at this thing. Looks like a VCR.
It's definitely a relic of an older era.
What the heck is that? That's a remote control? What is that thing?
Yeah, it's like a remote, yeah. But yeah, people don't like the cutscenes because they're really bad and cheesy, but I like horror and B-movies, so listen, do something about it.
I know. I don't at all. I think I can't do those types of movies. They're just, I can't take it seriously.
You don't like Toxic Avenger?
I don't even know if I've seen it, but I just can't. Ugh.
Ridiculous.
I know.
The next game is Shaq Fu. Do you know? Are you familiar with Shaq Fu?
I've heard of it. Yeah.
What do you think you do in Shaq Fu, Danelle?
Kick people.
That is part of it, yeah. So it's a fighting game, and it stars Shaq, Shaquille O'Neal, and it has a dumb story.
Are you even on screen? I'm assuming his head's like off the screen or something.
No, he fits on the screen. And people, I guess, didn't like it because it was an oversaturation of Shaq's popularity. Now, listen, if that is why, listen, it wasn't a great game, but Shaq is one of the most iconic celebrities of all time, in my opinion.
I know.
I love him.
Like everybody knows who he is. The fact that he's just too popular is why people hate it. I don't know.
Listen, not a fan of that assessment of it. Was it a great game? No, but it was playable. So guess what, people? Do something about it. Jeff, are you a fan of Shaq Fu? Yes or no? Yeah. See, he likes it. All right, that's good. He's even saying things, but he's muted. Man, our listeners. That's like a Easter egg. People are going to spend years trying to like recover the audio of what Jeff just said. It's the first time that he's moved his lips.
Well, people that can't hear could probably read his lips really well.
Yeah, exactly. And then they'll be like, God, even me, a master lip reader, still can't make out what Jeff's saying. It's ridiculous. Next game is
hair around his mouth.
Yeah, exactly. Next game is Drake of the 99 Dragons. It makes every list. It was just this game.
Obviously. Oh, smart guy.
It's like a kung fu type
Drake of the 99. Gosh, why is there? It was so popular kung fu stuff. Oh, wait, what the heck?
And you're not actually Drake, but
I know. I was trying to think of what.
So, the camera angles weren't great. The controls were a pain in the ass, and it had some weird design choices. It would say like, "Oh, go this way," and you go the way you're supposed to go, and then you would die. Like that's a weird design choice. But it used stock AOL Instant Messenger sound effects, and
yes,
and he sounded like the movie phone guy. So I think that's hilarious. Yes. I think it's hilarious, and I bet if we played it today, people wouldn't hate it. So listen, do something about it. The next one is a game called Stalin versus the Martians. So Joseph Stalin versus the Martian. I think the concept amazing.
How random.
People say that this game is kind of like a B movie or a trauma film, and again, I like B movies and trauma films.
What the heck is a trauma film?
Trauma was a B movie company. They made Toxic Avenger and that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay.
So anyways, people don't like it because of that. So guess what, Danelle? What are people going to do?
Do something about it.
Yeah, they're going to do something about it. And my last one here is a kind of a bunch of games. No Man's Sky, Destiny, Cyberpunk, and whatever the hell year... sorry, I messed it up. No Man's Sky, Destiny, Cyberpunk 2077, or whatever the hell the year is, and Fallout 76. So this is cheating. This is cheating. I've only actually played Destiny out of all these games, but all of them have one thing in common. They were released, they were hated, they were shit upon by fans. That shit was taken seriously by the developers. They went back and made it better, and then now everyone loves all those games that I just mentioned.
Oh, interesting.
So that is a newer phenomenon in games that maybe shouldn't happen. They come out, they're shitty, but now they're playing as intended. So I think that these games should be taken off the list.
I see.
It shouldn't happen. I don't know if it's the game developer's fault or not. I assume not. Games are big business nowadays. It's likely someone with power and money that's calling the shots who doesn't know shit about games, telling the company to get it out there. I didn't work on any of these games personally, so I can't say if that's what happened, but I worked on games like that.
Or they think they have a great idea, and everyone's like, that's actually not that great of an idea, and then you start playing it, and you're like, yeah, this is not that great. Oh, well, we'll just keep going with it.
Yeah, because sometimes, as you know, you might get feedback within the company, and they go, oh, yeah, whatever, QA.
Yeah, they don't care. I mean, not always, but most of the time, for sure. It's up to somebody else who's not actually making the game.
Yeah, exactly. But the people who put these on the list, even though they're good games now, take them off or do something about it, homie.
Yeah, that's right.
I guess to do something about it would be take it off. Anyways, so I don't think obviously we didn't cover every game that made the Blurst list out there.
Yeah.
There's too many. But I think I proved my point to now, right? I'm yelling at these reviewers. In fact, our next episode is going to be the worst internet reviewers of all time. I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because, I get it. People are angry sometimes, and sometimes they have a right to be. If something was hyped up and you spent your hard-earned money on it and you don't like it, that sucks. But listen, I mentioned a couple episodes ago that I got Family Dog instead of a soccer game back in the day, and I took my lumps.
Yeah.
And, but I made that decision. It's not Family Dog's fault, and I found some joy in it somewhere I had to, because I was stuck with it. That makes me
exactly.
that makes me amazing. Well, it's not true, but
Aww.
and and we're also not going to do a best video games episode of all time where I disagree with that, because that would be dumb. But just shout out to these reviewers, and I think Danelle and Jeff, you can both agree with me, and I've said it already, but I'm going to hit it. I'm going to nail it home. Bottom line, people work hard on these games. First thing that we learned in QA as a tester is that when you write bugs, don't add your opinion in there, right?
Yeah.
So you got to just state the facts. You can't say like the guy's hair clips to his shoulder and not the ugly character's dumb hair clips to his ugly shoulder because this game sucks. Because real people who spend an ungodly amount of hours work on these games, and we don't want to insult them. And they work hard, and the result of a bad game isn't always their fault. Yeah. So there's
True.
many reasons why this happens. We're all human, and I think I'll leave it at that. I wrote a longer rant, but I think I've made the point. Like people work hard on these games.
Oh, you had a lot to say about this.
I do. I get upset about people. Like, what it was is like I wanted to do a worst video games episode of all time, and I started watching a lot of videos, and the pure hate and anger.
And you started making you upset.
Yeah, like some of the things that they would say, like yelling at developers too. And again, a lot of times it's for older games that people weren't alive for, and it's like they don't know what it takes.
Yeah, it was different back then for sure. They didn't really have QA too. Like people that were creating the games were QAing their own games too. I mean, that must have been a lot. I mean, my goodness.
Yeah, exactly. That's why they created QA, because that was too much.
Yeah. And this is a different beast back then. Graphics were different, and the consoles were different, and so you just can't compare it now. Of course it's gonna, like for me, when I watch older movies that my mom watched, and she was like, oh, that was so scary, or oh, that was like, it's time, and I'm like, that movie's so stupid. And I wasn't around for it, but back in that day, that was like the movie, and so for her, it's kind of the same thing. Like, you can't, like, I shouldn't be judging those movies because I wasn't around when they came out.
Yes. And that movie was Terms of Endearment. I'm just guessing. I don't know. Okay. Anyways.
The Exorcist. She said it was so scary. That movie is so cheesy to me and so not scary at all. But she said it was the scariest movie of its time when it came out.
Oh, of course. You should watch The Exorcist. The Exorcist 3, by the way. It's very scary.
I doubt it.
Oh, okay. No, it is. Anyways, unless you have experience working on these games, don't judge, right? So, plus, nowadays there's enough research, reviews, and whatnots for you to form your opinion. And also, I say that because, or it could be on Game Pass, the greatest service in the world. Just for $19.99 a month, you could download tons of games that come out, even day one. So you can play it without buyer's remorse. Xbox Game Pass, please sponsor us.
That's true. Yeah.
Anyways, what did you learn today, Danelle?
That you detest people that hate on games that were created by people that worked hard on them.
Yes, but I'm feeling good. I don't detest these people anymore. I got it off my chest, and I feel a lot better. So it's back to just being positive.
Detest. I got it off my chest. That rhymed. Good for you.
Yeah, I didn't even mean to. I'm a poet, and I didn't even realize it there.
Oh, God, really?
Anyways, I think it
had to be different.
I did, yeah. Well, it's time to get to our main topic. That old Halloween ghost decoration that went... Ooh. Jeff, do we have time for that? Or
Oh, he cut you off. How rude.
Getting the high sign from Jeff, which means we're out of time. So it's time to say goodbye, Danelle.
Bye, Danelle.
And with that, may your gamer score be heavy and your back bog be light. May your connection be strong and your aim precision tight. May your Joy-Cons be as mighty as the ocean, but never should they drift. And for all you QA ghost pirates out there, you'll survive. Ooh, your double shift. Later, Hosen.
It was that probing. That's why you said back bog.
Oh! Oh, shit.